There's nothing tough. Eating was nice. There's nothing tough. Making things alright. Making things alright. Making things alright. Making things alright. There's nothing tough. Making things alright. Making things alright. Making things alright. Making things alright. To tell you where. It's not for you.
All right. Welcome guys to the Me Damien live stream. I am Damien, and today's live stream we're gonna talk about Bitcoin like we normally do. We'll talk about some other cryptocurrencies if you guys want to, and we'll talk about some other stocks if you guys got some stock picks out there. But yeah, let's get started here with Bitcoin right now, currently trading at $91,000. We're getting a nasty bearish engulfing red candle here. That's one of the reasons why you see me wearing this red shirt right now, because we're getting a nice, well, maybe not nice to some people, but we're getting a red candle here, and that's why I'm wearing this red shirt. You know, it's the same shirt that you see me in my profile picture on my YouTube and TikTok channel here. But anyways, yeah, we got this bearish engulfing candle here. We came down actually a little bit lower to like 90,576, which is a Fibonacci zone that I've been eyeballing. Okay, I highlighted it here. I actually put a red line here as well, because this is actually a zone that shows up on the VRVP indicator as well. I'll just turn that on real quick. I know the chart's gonna probably get a little bit messy here, but if I turn on that VRVP indicator here, you'll see that there's some high volume nodes here right at 90,500. Okay, and also there was a high volume node here at 91,400, but I saw, you know, 90,500 as a possibility that we could come down to, and sure enough we did here on Coinbase Exchange. Definitely came down to 9,600. I actually got into a leverage long here on WEEX Exchange because I saw 90,500, 600, 700 coming up quite often here, and I got in at $90,700 here for my entry on Bitcoin with a 40x leverage long. Threw about like what about $100 a margin in here, roughly. And I am up on that trade right now, up 18% with that 40x leverage long. And I'm going to try to see if I can take this back to 94k here. And I got my stop loss at 90,000. So I do got actual money on the line here, trying to take advantage of this dip here on Bitcoin, okay? Because hopefully this is just a buy the dip opportunity, and then we might see Bitcoin back at 94k, 95k all over again here, okay? But other things that I was looking at, you know, this is just the daily time frame here, but also on the 1 hour time frame, I saw the 200 moving average that could act as support at 90,500. So a lot of things were just pointing towards, you know, 90,500 being an interesting area to try to take a long on Bitcoin, and that's why I decided to get in around that zone, okay? And I say zone because there was no guarantee that we actually were going to go down to 90,500. Matter of fact, we didn't actually hit the 200-day moving average. This red line was creeping up, and we didn't actually hit it. That's why I was willing to front run it, and I think that's what some people did as well. Okay, that's why I put my order in at 90,700 on WEEX cryptocurrency exchange. But then I also put another order in at 90,600. So if we do come back down to that zone again, I am ready to go with a $90,000, $600 long on Bitcoin one more time here. Okay. But let's analyze the charts here on the 1 hour time frame to see, is Bitcoin actually going to go down to, you know, 90,500 or lower, or could we get maybe a bounce coming up here, and maybe I can start seeing some money being printed on my 40x long that I got in on Bitcoin. In order for me to figure out what the direction might be going next for Bitcoin, I like using the momentum indicators here. So I'm going to pull up the momentum indicators, the MACD, and the market cipher B are some good indicators I like to use here. So they give me an idea of what the trend might be, and right now we obviously been on a downtrend, okay? But we're trying to see if the selling pressure is going to die down, and lately we've been getting some fake outs where the selling pressure kind of dies down a little bit here, like we saw this morning, and then it starts increasing again. So I'm going to be paying attention to that, where if selling pressure starts dying down later on tonight, are we going to get another fake out and then see selling pressure start increasing again on the MACD with more red candles? If selling pressure does not start, you know, increasing again on us, okay, then what you'll see next is you'll see this blue line here, this blue moving average, and we'll start to cross the orange moving average to the upside, and that's what we call the MACD crossover, and that's really good to see on the 1 hour time frame. That's going to give me a hint that we could see some more higher prices here for Bitcoin, all right? And that long that I got into, I can actually stay long, right? And actually make some money with the long, okay? But yeah, I'm paying attention to the 1 hour time frame on the MACD, and I'm paying attention to, you know, are we going to get a MACD crossover? So it looks something like this, where this blue line should go past the orange line and start going up again, all right? Or is it going to not do that? Because there's also a possibility that it doesn't do that, because we had like a potential right here on what was this, Tuesday afternoon, where we thought we were going to get a MACD crossover, and we actually kind of did get a MACD crossover just a little bit, got a green candle, and then we got rejected, and yeah, we got faked out here, okay? And then over here, we thought we were going to get another MACD crossover here at 3 a.m. Eastern time. But it got rejected, so the selling pressure came in again. All right, so I'm just paying attention to if we're actually going to get a MACD crossover to the upside, so we can actually start making some money on longs again. Okay, but right now, yeah, it's been prudent to be shorting Bitcoin and crypto all throughout today, and last night was a good time to short crypto. And I think we have some people in my my Discord channel that were actually making some money here. If, you know, if you go into the Meet Damien Discord server here, you'll see that there has been some guys here who have been shorting crypto. Like, let me go into the show your gains area here. But we do have some people that have been longing and shorting, obviously, but they've been making money. Maybe I take that back. I read that we had somebody here that was shorting. Let me get back into the chat here. I feel like I got a little egg on my face here, but we do have We got Cameron over here talking about his shorts are out of control on his Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana shorts. So yeah, that's what I read. I thought he posted up the actual gains there, but we'll see if he actually posts up his his actual gains on his shorts there. But yeah, shorting has been the thing to do. I actually did not short. I was just waiting for my longs to come in. I was waiting for my entries to come in on the longs, and I'm thinking about trying to see if I can ride this. You know, if we do get an up wave again, I want to see if we can take profit on Bitcoin at 94K one more time. I'm not sure if we're actually gonna get up back to 94,400 or 500 like we saw on Tuesday and also here on Monday, because sometimes the market likes to play games where they don't actually bring you back to where you started from. You get close to it, but you don't actually get to it. All right, so I wouldn't be surprised if we only get up to like 94K or 94,200 or something like that before other people try to take profit, such as myself, and on their longs, if the longs do play out here. But I think, yeah, for now, we're just in a range on Bitcoin, bouncing between these red lines here, where, you know, 90,500 was a support zone to look for, and also 91,400 was a support zone. And that's based off of the moving averages, as well as using the VRVP indicator here. We did the high volume nodes to show you that. And I think going forward, if we do climb up, you know, 90,400 or 500, 94,500 is going to be an area where we might get rejected again. If we're not going to push past it, if we're not going to actually get past 94,500, then that's another area where we could get rejected. So I'm thinking about long in and not taking the entire move out of it, but like I'm just trying to like see if I can fill that 94,000. I might actually take some partial profits when we get up to this moving average here at 92,300 as the 50 moving average on the 1 hour time frame. Just an idea to like maybe take some profit. I don't have to wait until we actually hit 94K to take full profit. I could take partial profits when we actually get up to this green moving average. If we do get up to the green moving average, I don't know. That's why we watch the charts to see what's going to happen next and get an idea of what could possibly happen next. We chart things out. We look for our zones here, and sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. I'm planning on staying in that long until $94,000, and maybe we only go up to $93,000 or $92,000. But in the meantime, I'll try to take some partial profits, probably when we get up to this moving average, because I think some other people are going to be looking at that, thinking that's a good idea to get out and take some profit as well. Let me get a sip of water. How am I sounding here, guys? Did I actually turn the mic on? Let me just do a quick sound check. Alright, yep, I actually did turn my mic on. And I see we got some people showing up in the chat here. We got DZ. I see you, DZ. You want to take a look at THQ and SQD? Alright, I think I could do that for you. I did want to look at virtuals and what was the other one? Jeez. It's another AI crypto, Fetch AI, yeah. I do want to look at those two. So let me go write those down as requests from Damien. Damien wants to look at Fetch AI and virtuals. Because I know we had a lot of money going into the AI cryptocurrencies, but I think they had a bad day today. So I just want to see, is it gonna be? Are they gonna get a bounce back, or is it things gonna get worse? You know, we'll try to figure this out here on the chats. But let's see what you guys are saying here on TikTok as well. I gotta check in with my TikTok streamers here, viewers. Let's see. No, I don't see any questions yet. Oh, here we go. We got OFG here. Says, yo, Damien, thoughts about short-term Bitcoin? I mean, I kind of just did that. You know, my thoughts short-term Bitcoin is that we do see on the 1 hour time frame that the MACD is showing selling pressure dying down. So I think there might be a little bit of rise in price here. We might actually go to like 91,500 in the next hour or two while I'm still streaming here. And then maybe we get rejected. I don't know. We'll have to pay attention to what the charts are doing here. I think we could climb up to 91,400 or 500 and then get maybe a rejection. And then, you know, if we don't get rejected, then we're going to see if we can climb up to like 92,300 as the next area to look out for on the 1 hour time frame here. And then we'll just be paying attention to the MACD, see if are we actually going to get selling pressure dying down and get some buying pressure going on, or are we actually going to see selling pressure start increasing again, like it did earlier this morning, and it did that, you know, yesterday morning as well. All right, I think Wall Street came in and decided to sell on us again, like they've been doing all throughout December. Let me see what else says that. I think that's it for the chat so far. If you guys have any requests, go ahead and put the requests in. But we got a few to go through right now. So we'll take a look at THQ, and then I'm going to look at Fetch AI, and then we'll look at SQD, and then I'll go back to looking at virtuals. How's that sound? All right. Let's get to it. Let's get to work here. So we are looking at THQ. Request coming in from DZ over on YouTube. I'm not even sure how you say the name. Is it Theororic? Theororic on Coinbase Exchange here. Let's see. This thing is currently trading at 5,000. I'm just gonna call it, well, it's 5 cents, but we'll just say 5,019 for now. You know, I'll just say 5 pennies. Yeah, I don't want to get too complicated here. So we're trading at 5 pennies here for THQ. I have done some analysis here, right, on THQ, and it's a relatively new cryptocurrency that just showed up on Coinbase Exchange. It started showing up here on December 16th. Got as high as like 12 cents here, but we also came down as low as like 3.5 pennies here. So I was able to draw the Fibonacci on that. And I drew the Fibonacci from this previous high here to this previous low, because I think this is going to be the good data to use for, okay? And what we have here for THQ is we have a golden pocket that we're going to probably try to get back up to if we're going to continue being bullish here. And that golden pocket's sitting at 6.5 cents here. 6.5 to like 0.067 pennies, okay? I would anticipate maybe a rejection at that area, okay? And if we don't, then yeah, we're going to probably head to higher prices, obviously. Maybe we come and retest 8 cents all over again like we did here on December 23rd, okay? Let's see what VRVP data is showing here for some high volume nodes to be looking for. And most of your high volume nodes are actually below current price action. You got the highest volume node is this blue line here, and that's the point of control sitting at about 4.5 cents. If we were to start dropping for any reason, I would think 4.5 cents would be where the bulls step in to try and buy some cheaper Theoric. And if they're not able to defend that, then we could possibly go to this next high volume node here at like 0.042 pennies, okay? And then if that's not going to hold, then there's a value area low that basically 3.5 pennies is, you know, probably the next area to look out below, okay? To the upside, if we are going to continue climbing up to high prices, there is a value area high, this white line here, at about 5.5 cents. Not too far from where we are right now. 5.5 cents could be where we get rejected, unless we're actually going to, you know, push past it and go to 6.5 cents. But 5.5 cents, that's that value area high, but it's also a 0.32 retracement. So I think the Fibonacci traders are looking at that as well. And then the guys who are using VRVP, like myself, they're looking at this 5.5 cent level as well. So I think that's your near-term day trade target on THQ here. And maybe long-term swing trade target's going to be about 6.5 cents for now. Unless this thing can pull itself back up to 8 cents. That'd be nice, right? But these are the targets to look for as far as I'm seeing here on THQ. And you are welcome, DZ. I'm glad you enjoying the technical analysis here. We're going to try to look at a crypto I want to look at, which is Fetch AI. Let's go take a look at Fetch AI right now, see what it's doing. Fetch AI currently trading at 27 cents here, down 5.72%. Fetch AI getting rejected off this 50-day moving average, right? This green line here came in and said, nope, not so fast. Not today. and you're not gonna go not gonna go any further than that. I mean, you tried. You kind of crossed that line. You crossed the 50-day moving average here on Tuesday, yesterday. But now you're getting clearly rejected off of it. And right now that 50-day moving average is sitting at 29 cents. So this thing might, you know, come and try to retest 29 cents before maybe it rolls over and comes back lower. And if it does go lower, or if it just starts to continue to go lower from where it is right now, then we got the value area high sitting at about 27 cents. Not too far from where we are right now. We're at 0.278. This could come down to just 0.270. And you can see that that high volume node is corresponding to where we got some candlewick highs here back in December. In early December here. Okay. So I would expect that to act as support initially. Unless we just slice right through it. And if we slice right through it, then there is some areas to look for on the downside. There's some volume here at 24 cents. Probably some more here at 22 cents, which is lining up with this 21 exponential moving average. This 21 EMA should act as support. I know some traders will try to play that and actually start buying again at that 21 EMA there. And that's around like 22 cents, but it's also kind of like right where that high volume node is, or somewhat high volume node is at like 22 cents. So I think 22, 23 cents is about as far down as Fetch AI goes down before maybe we get a bounce off of there. But initially, I mean, if we're going to be a little bit more bullish than that, then we'll probably only come down to like the value area high right here at 27 cents before getting a bounce, okay? And if we are going to continue going to higher prices on Fetch AI and we can get past this 50-day moving average, I'm still sticking to the VRVP indicator. This thing is showing that 37 cents could be the next target for Fetch AI to the upside. And that's kind of close to this 100-day moving average, that blue line right there. You would think by the time the price climbs up to the 100-day moving average, this 100-day moving average is actually on its way down. It actually might they might cross each other right where that high volume node is at 37 cents. So I think 37 cents is the target to be looking for on Fetch AI as of now. Okay, I would take a, you know, probably put my take profit target on there if I was doing a day trade or a swing trade. I'd be looking for 37 cents on Fetch AI. Okay. All right. Someone here says they sold TS at $2.10. Can you just remind me what is TS? What is that ticker symbol for? And LPA on TikTok here is saying, do you believe it will hold above 90K? Should I keep buy long from 94K? I actually got in myself at 90,700 on a Bitcoin long here. And what Bitcoin right now is at 91,000. So it's kind of doing all right. But yeah, I think 90K should hold until it doesn't. Because we got a lot of support. We actually have a lot of support at 90,500. That's why I got in at 90,700. I front ran it a little bit. And I plan on buying some more Bitcoin at 90,600. Right? I got an order ready to go at 90,600 here on Bitcoin. Right now, I'm currently in a Bitcoin long, and I got in at 90,700. And I'm up about 17% on that trade so far using 40x leverage and about $100 worth of margin here on WEEX cryptocurrency exchange. Yeah, WEEX is a pretty good cryptocurrency exchange that I like using. If you guys want to start trading and investing on WEEX cryptocurrency exchange, I do have the code to join WEEX. They are doing some pretty good deals here, right? But let me just show you here on TikTok, right? If you want to actually start trading on WEEX exchange, the link to join is right there with my code. Make sure you get the VIP code there, XVDP, okay? And then for my YouTube guys, you should be able to see that on the description to the video that you're watching, and also the description to my channel on YouTube. I think I got that link right there. Yep. You know, just make sure you click on that link and you can start trading on WEEX exchange just like myself here. And they actually got some good deals. I actually put them up on my Discord. Let me just go on my Discord real quick here. But I actually just put a note here that they're actually doing here if you deposit $100 onto WEEX exchange, you can get $50 back from them. The way the deal goes is that if you put $100 in, you hold it for 7 days, you'll get $30 of USD tether, and then of course if you hold on to that $100 in there and you trade $1,000 of trading volume, so if you're doing like futures leverage trading, you can make anywhere between $10 to $20 on your trading volume here. You'll get $10 to $20 back, so that's a total of $50 there just for joining WEEX here, using my VIP code there. Okay, and this you can actually get that bonus within 48 hours. You don't have to wait 7 days, but yeah, within 48 hours, if you do a lot of trading, I think WEEX might be the exchange you want to do. This is for new users. You come join the WEEX exchange using my link there, and start trading with them. All you gotta do is just sign up with an email. There's no VPN required. They're not gonna ask you to do KYC. All you gotta do is just put in an email address and start trading on them. Send your tether, obviously, to get started with them to fund the account, and you can get fund the account with $100 and get $50 back. I don't know if it gets any better than that. Let me know if there's another exchange that's doing better than that, because I think WEEX is doing pretty good with the deals right now. All right, so that's the promo there for WEEX right there, and myself. But let's see if we can take a look at SQD now, and then we'll take a look at the virtuals. SQD squid. I think I like looking at a MEXC, right? We like looking at a MEXC exchange. Yeah, it's got some good data. All right. So we're looking at SQD currently trading at 7 cents right now, down 2%. And wow, you had a bad few days here with SQD. Okay. You topped out. You hit that 200-day moving average. That 200-day moving average was after its resistance. Someone decided to click the sell button when it got close to it. Okay, 200-day moving average was sitting at like 11.5 cents at the time, and this thing only went close to 11.5 cents on December 30th. It went to like 0.114 pennies here on MEXC exchange, and then you got rejected. And now you're coming down, and you got some the VRVP indicator here to the right to look for some levels to look out for right now. We're kind of at a level that we need to stay above. We need to stay above, well, this point of control here. This is the highest volume node at 0.072 pennies. You're kind of below that right now. However, you are trying to stay above this 21 EMA, this white line. That's sitting at 0.069. What a great number, huh? 69. All right. Stay above that, and I think you could start seeing this thing make a bounce back and try to get up to that value area high, sitting at 0.0875 pennies here. Okay, this is where I would try to take profit on a day trade long if I was going to day trade this. Okay, might even take profit there with a swing trade as well. But if you're in it for longer than 8 cents here, if you're trying to maybe see if you can get some more out of it for a swing trade, then I think these moving average is going to be a problem here. At the 100-day moving average at 9.5 cents and 0.093 pennies, that could act as resistance until it doesn't, and then we're going to see if we can try to get up to that 200-day moving average one more time at 11 cents. Okay, so I think 11 cents should be the ultimate long-term take profit target, swing trade target if you're trying to long and stay long on SQD here. Okay. But those are the upside targets. I didn't really get into downside targets. Downside targets, hold 0.69 like you're barely holding on to for dear life right now. But if you're not able to, then we do got the VRVP indicator showing the high volume node here at just under 6 cents, about 0.058 pennies. Got a high volume node there, sort of. Okay, and if that doesn't hold, then you might come down to the value area low at 0.048 pennies, and that might actually be where you actually create a higher low and then start running on SQD. So keep that in mind. I know DZ requested this. Maybe you might want to keep your stop loss tight, and then maybe try to re-enter at 0.058 or try to re-enter at 0.048. I think the VRVP indicator is going to help you out with that one. All right. And if you guys want to know how to set up the VRVP indicator, the visual range volume profile indicator, that's just giving us these secret levels to be looking out for, I do have tutorial videos on my TikTok and my YouTube. If you go into the Meet Damien TikTok, let me see if I can refresh this page here. Show the videos, please. Man, alright, so it's not really showing the videos here. Oh, there we go, finally. Okay. I have a very popular video about the VRVP indicator on my TikTok. It has over 2,000 views because a lot of traders, including traders that have been trading for a while, are not familiar with this indicator. And to get familiar, all you gotta do is click on this video and you'll see me explaining the VRVP indicator here, where I show you how to set it up and how I trade with it. Okay, you might want to check that out. If you're new to the Meet Damien TikTok channel here, go ahead and hit that follow button. Okay, so that way you can see me show up on your live feeds and your For You pages here. But then also for my YouTube guys, if you guys want to look for the VRVP indicator video, you go into the Meet Damien page. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and then you're gonna click on videos here, and you should see the VRVP indicator. It's right there. How to use the visual range volume profile indicator. That's a good tutorial video to get started. Very popular. Okay, I also have a video about the Fibonacci indicator as well, and how I set it up and trade with it. And then also for the very brand new people who are brand new to investing and trading or technical analysis, I do have another tutorial video here on how to read a candlestick chart and how to read the RSI, MACD, and the stochastic RSI, and all that good stuff here. Okay, so you might want to check that out if you get a chance to, you know, explore my my YouTube and TikTok pages here. All right, let's see. So I gave you downside, upside targets on SQD. VRVP indicator, very powerful to use. All right, it's got those green and red. The green is the buys, the reds are the sells, and it basically shows you where people were buying and selling at, the majority of them. And the majority of them have been buying and selling on SQD. They've been doing it here at this blue line at 0.072 pennies. Come back up to there, regain that point of control, and then I think you'll try to see this thing launch its way up to like 0.087 pennies, where that value area high, that white line, is hanging out at. Okay. All right. Let's move on from SQD. We're gonna now try to take a look at virtuals. And then also, let me go ahead and try to catch up on the chat, see what you guys are saying here on TikTok as well. Thank you for following me here, Spotter, and thank you for following me here, Big Intel. Appreciate that. So Salmon Allen says, so is it going back up or crashing down again? I think you're talking about Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to hold above 90K. If it doesn't, then you know, we haven't really looked at the bigger picture downside targets yet, but I think Bitcoin does have support at 90,500 as of now, and then also 90K psychological number before we start going into the 80s again. So I think Bitcoin is going to be fine for now until it's not, right? As always. But I think we do have some good support for Bitcoin at 90,500 for now. Ben's asking me which exchange am I using. I'm using WEEX exchange. That's the exchange I like to use. That's the exchange that I got into with my Bitcoin long here. Okay. Let me see if I can click on the exchange here for WEEX. There's WEEX right there. This is like, I don't know, a little video that they got. But they got some pretty good ooh, so they got some pretty good bonuses going on right now. If you join WEEX exchange, right, as a new user using my VIP code, I think they still have this bonus going on where you can get up to like $30,000 on bonuses here with WEEX, right? And you can start you know, getting those bonuses as soon as you start like linking your phone number to the account or your email linking about, you know, once you start trading on the exchange, you'll get like $100 bonus as well. Yeah, and then if you hold like, you know, $3,000 on your WEEX exchange account, you hold it for like at least 3 days, then they will give you some more bonuses here. Okay, and it keeps on going. The more money you put on the exchange, the more money they'll give you in bonuses. Okay, you might want to check that out for WEEX here. And why is this not showing my account? Let me get back to my positions here. Did I get logged out? If I got logged out, then that's alright. I'll have to log back in again, but I'm not going to do that right now, not on the stream. Alright, let's get back to looking at virtuals here. We're currently looking at virtuals trading at $1.06 right now, down 7%. After having, you know, a pretty good week so far. Like, this thing was trading at 64 cents on January 1st at its lowest point. Got as high as about almost a double. Like, it got as high as $1.19 on yesterday. Got rejected off the 200-day moving average, this red line right here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's kind of also to be expected, unless it's just gonna like blast itself up to higher prices for no damn reason. You would expect a rejection on the 200-day moving average, and now you're kind of getting support off the 100-day, the blue line right there at $1.05. It's about as low as we came down today. Okay, if we're not going to get supported by the 100-day moving average, then there is the 50-day moving average below you at 98 cents. And these moving averages, this green line is corresponding to some high volume here at like 98 cents. So I think 98 cents is a good support area for virtuals if it does come down to lower prices. But even right now at $1.05, $1.06, you also got some support here with the high volume nodes on the VRVP indicator for virtuals. So I think virtuals probably going to flag out, bullshit consolidate, and then maybe launch up to higher prices here. But I just don't know. You know, it could actually just be weak sauce and just decide to just drop down to lower prices and slice through the moving averages until it comes down to this point of control. Point of control being the highest volume node here, this blue line at 84 cents. And then you also got the 21 EMA and the value area low sitting at 77 cents. So there is some support below us if 50-day moving average is not going to hold. So I think virtuals has a lot of support below it to prevent itself from dropping like a rock. Alright, but if it's not going to drop like a rock, and if we're actually going to punch through and get past this 200-day moving average at $1.17 here, then I think the levels to look for to the upside is going to be this high volume node here at $1.31 all the way up to the value area high sitting at $1.42, $1.43. So there you go, $1.31 to like $1.40, $42, $43 should be your target zone to like try to take profit on virtuals if you're able to do so. And I think that's about it. I mean, is the trend going to be to the upside or to the downside on virtuals? I would have to look at the momentum indicators, and I am going to look at that right now. The momentum indicators, or the MACD here, is showing that we did have some good buying pressure here, but now the buying pressure kind of weaker than it was yesterday. You're getting a light green candle versus a dark green candle that you had yesterday. If you keep getting light green candles, that indicates that buying pressure is dying off. Doesn't mean that the price can't go up. It means that price is not going to go up as violent as it did this past week here. Okay, but the price could still go up while we're getting buying pressure going down. Okay, but that's also a hint to when you see buying pressure going down, that probably means you should take some profit. And by that point, I think we'll probably see $1.30 or $1.40 on virtuals. If we're still getting some decent buying pressure, I think you will see $1.30, $1.40 at some point for virtuals. Okay, even if the buying pressure is dying down. Okay, but the buying pressure dies down violently, then yeah, I mean, you could be in for a doozy where you know, maybe virtual starts to go down to those that moving average here at 98 cents, and then also down to like the 77 cents and 84 cent area. All right, DJ Nintaja says, which app is this? So I'm looking at TradingView right now. This is a TradingView website. Okay. This is where I like to chart things out. But if you're asking about what cryptocurrency exchange I was looking at earlier, I was looking at WEEX exchange. This is the exchange that I like trading on, and I got the code there that to join the WEEX exchange if you want to. That's on the I already said this, but it's on the bio for my TikTok here. Hopefully that answers your question there. All right, thank you, Merc Abba, for following me here on TikTok. Appreciate that. And we got D2 Miami's asking about XPR. Let me go ahead and write that down. And then you want me to take a look at Spare Racks. All right, so we got XPR coming up on deck, and then we'll look at Sparox. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. No, there's another coin out there called XPR. Yeah. And I know D2 Miami has asked for XPR before in the past, so I think he knows which one he wants. But sometimes, yeah, I do have to ask for clarification because there is two. There's XPR and then there's XRP. Yeah, see, there you go. D2 Miami just asked for. He wants XPR. So let's go ahead and take a look at it for him. XPR, another cryptocurrency, not to be confused with XRP. This one is currently trading at 0.0032 pennies, down 5% today. And I'm just going to call this number 32,600 for future references here. All right. But XPR, looks like XPR actually kind of almost did the thing here and got up to almost as high as the 50-day moving average, which was sitting at 40,980. We actually went up to 40,290 yesterday, and then yeah, we got front run on the selling here. Someone clicked the sell button, and we came down, fast and hard actually. Creating like this is what we would call a shooting star candle. You got like kind of like it's like a comet, right? You got the comet tail, and then you got the actual comet itself. And this is a price reversal candle, so this is not good to see. This is saying that this thing wants to go down rather than go up. And you're actually getting a little bit of follow through. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see another red candle tomorrow. And if that happens, I would expect this thing to drop down further later on this week. We got some support here at 28,800 is what I'm going to call it. And then we also got the PLC that could provide support at 27,260. So those are your levels to look down for below you, okay, using the VRVP indicator here. And then you also got the 21 EMA at 28,700. So I think the 21 EMA confluent with the VRVP indicator at 28,700. I think 28,700 is where this thing could come down to on the downside target if we don't start immediately going back up again, okay? There's a gap in the VRVP indicator here. There's like a little bit of volume here, but like it looks like you could come down to 28,000 real quick here. We got Anwar's in the chat, says, "Hi bros, Solana buying zone." Is that a statement, or do you want me to take a look at Solana? Is that like a request for Solana? Let me know. Alright, so yeah, I'm just finishing up here on XPR. I gave you downside targets. If we are able to just create a higher low here and try to go to higher prices, you could get resistance at this value area high sitting at 35,600. And we know we're probably going to get resistance again when we get up to this this moving average, this 50-day moving average, which rejected us already, but it could reject us again at like 40,000. Okay, so when you get up to 40,000, I would consider taking profit on XPR. And then you'll just have to ask me about it again when we get up there, because I don't want to give you any more levels to look for. Obviously, you can look at the moving averages above you. The 200 moving average is sitting at 46,000, but let's first see if we're able to get past this green line here, which already kind of acted as resistance and could act as resistance again. if we ever get back up to that level. Thank you, Amor Fati, for liking the live here. Appreciate that. Guys, don't forget to double tap the screen and smash that like button here on TikTok. That's how I'm able to get likes here, and we'll get some more people to show up on the stream here. Appreciate that. We got 1,700 likes here. Let's try to get up to like 2,000 or even 3,000 likes here on TikTok. Appreciate that, guys. And all right, yeah. So we'll move on from XPR. We're gonna now take a look at SpareX. See where this thing might go. All right, so now we're looking at SpareX trading at, looks like about a half a penny. I'll call it 5,008 for now, but you're down 2.3% today. And what do we got here? What do we got? Oh, where is the POC? It looks like the POC might actually be where the value area low is at. That's crazy. Yeah, these lines are right next to each other. You kind of see that blue line right there. The POC is right there, right at the value area low. Okay, so this is showing me here that the majority of people have bought SpareX at 38.19 is what I'll call it. It means a lot of people in profit, and this thing could possibly be coming back down to the point of control before it actually gets support again. Right, keep that in mind. There is a little bit of high volume here at 4,000.004 pennies here, and then you also got the 21 EMA at 0.0042 pennies. This could be the most likely area for support to look for, but don't be surprised if it loses that and actually comes down to 3,800 here. That should be your ultimate support zone. And I've probably put a stop loss below there, because if you lose 3,800, then it probably means it's game over for SpareX, okay? However, if it's not game over for SpareX and we actually start catching some bids here, we could come up to probably this high volume here at 5,585, and then you also got the value area high at 5,800, okay? And I think that's oh, you actually came up to like almost 6,000 here on Monday. But yeah, you got a value area high at 5,800. Okay, that's like another significant area that could act as resistance until it's not acting as resistance, and then we'll see if we can actually push up to this 50-day moving average. I think this is going to be your ultimate take profit target if you haven't taken profit at that value area high, or even like right here at this volume node, this high volume node here. Definitely consider taking profit when you get to the 50-day moving average at 63.45. 0.006 pennies here is where I would try to take profit. Probably on, like, if you're in this for like a swing trade, I would try to take profit there. And I think that's all you're gonna get for now out of SpareX, because anything else would just be gravy, be icing on the cake. Okay, but you know, one level at a time. Let's first try to get up here and then try to get up to here. Okay, let's see, what's the trend like? I'm gonna look at the momentum indicators to get ideas of what the trend is. On the MACD, you did have buying pressure come in, and buying pressure is increasing, it's not decreasing, so that's good to see. And you got the MACD crossover here on January 1st, so you could probably remain bullish on this asset even though you're kind of getting a little bit of a correction right now. And then here on the market cipher B indicator here, you got money flows in the green, and momentum is going up as well. And the last dot that you had was a green buy dot on last Thursday. So I think it's all systems go until, you know, maybe if you see a red sell dot pop up on the daily time frame here, then that's going to probably be your indication to take profit on your longs and try to maybe enter short. Possibly might be an idea if you see a red sell dot, but we don't have the red sell dot, so I think this thing still wants to go up to higher prices, even though we kind of got you know, a couple of bad days here. So yeah, I guess to answer your question, DJ, I do recommend holding it for now, but I don't know. Where would you want to put the stop loss, right? I mean, do you really want to hold it until it gets down to 4,200? Stop loss wise, I mean, we came down today as low as 4,500. Maybe you put the stop loss at 4,500. Hopefully we don't actually come down there, because if you do, then you'll get stopped out. Let's see what it looks like on the 4-hour time frame. Is there anything to look for here on the 4-hour? So yeah, you kind of had like this was nice to see that the buyers came in, defended the 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame here. I mean, I just put the stop loss probably below 4,500 at 4,500 here. And if it does come there, that means that the 200 moving average is not providing support, and that also means that this candle wick is going to get invalidated, and we're going to go lower. Maybe you want to make it a little bit looser, maybe 4,400. But that's what I would try to do for a stop loss if I want to hold on to as much of my gains as I can here. All right. Okay, D2 Miami says Des AI. Guess we gotta take a look at that one now. Des with 2 S's and an AI. And then also he said, what are the chances of it going up more? I think we kind of looked at the MACD. I think it wants to go up more, but we'll see. You know, on the MACD, if you start seeing the buying pressure, if you start seeing light green candles here on the MACD, kind of like you saw back here in November, probably means it's done going up for now. All right, so pay attention to that. That might be your opportunity to try and sell. And then also going back to that MACD again, I mean the market cipher B indicator. If you see a red sell dot show up here, that could be a warning to try and get out. But yeah, I think the chances are that it does want to go up. Dead Tokyo wants to look at River. Okay. And yeah, I think that's it for now. Meme Mode, you asked for a Fetch AI buy zone, please. We already looked at Fetch AI, but let me just look at that real quick here. I think I can answer that question real quick. I would try to buy some cheaper Fetch AI if I can at like 25 cents here. Actually, no, 26 cents. Okay. Unless you want to wait for it to come down to the 21 EMA, and that's at like 22, 23 cents. Is where I would try to buy some cheaper Fetch AI for a buy zone. The name of the website that I'm on right now is tradingview.com. Okay, I think I had a link there on my TikTok to join TradingView. Let me just check to see if that's there. Ooh, maybe not, because I put the link for WEEX in there. But yeah, tradingview.com. I actually have a if you want to get like a $15 discount off their subscription plan, if you come join the Meet Damien Discord, right? You go over to referral links and bonuses, and you'll see my referral link here to get $15 off of TradingView subscription plan. Click on that link, you get that discount code, and you can save some money on TradingView. That's the website. This is the TradingView website that I'm using right now. Okay, hopefully that answers your question there. All right, we gotta look at Des AI and then River. All right, what's going on here? Oh my God. TikTok's being a little bit annoying right now. Alright, there we go. Alright. Des AI. Des AI, is that a crypto or a stock? I'm assuming it's a crypto. I can't really find it here. Wait, is that it right there? Desi AI Virtuals? Desalines? Is this what you're talking about here? Desalines by virtuals? Oh, okay, yep. Well, there it is right there. And DJ Nietzsche was saying something about how do we learn about this program. Are you talking about TradingView? I got some tutorial videos on TikTok on how to set up the charts on TradingView. If you go onto TikTok here, the videos that I pinned up here on the top, this is my my video there on TradingView and charting, and then there's a VRVP indicator video and a Fibonacci indicator video right there, and those are pinned to the top of my TikToks, so you can learn how to trade better and set up the indicators. All right, let's see. And we got another request here for Merle by Antonio. How you doing, Antonio? You want me to take a look at Merle? Gotcha. Alright, let me get back into the analysis here for Deci. Deci currently trading at 0.0017 pennies, down 0.25% today. And what do we got going on here? Well, we still got the VRVP indicator here. That's helpful, right? But as I start to zoom out, it just readjusted itself. You can see that. I'm not sure how useful this is for us, but you know, there is the highest volume here is at 387 is what I'm going to call it. That's where the majority of people bought this asset, going all the way back to like October of last year. But let me just zoom out and see if I can get the VRVP indicator. All right, so this looks a little bit better that we can trade off of. So we got now, this is just showing the point of control is sitting at 1860. Okay, we're just below the point of control. I would think we'll try to get back to it again, and if we're able to get back to it again and climb up to higher prices here, there's some more high volume here at 2170, and then more high volume here at 2389. I think this is corresponding with the 21 EMA. So upside target looks like could be the 21 EMA at 2450, and you got some high volume there. And then of course you got the value area high sitting at about 2610. Okay, these are areas where I would be taking profit if we ever get it back up to that. You know, 2400 and then 2600 is where I'll be taking profit on Deci, if we're able to get up to those areas. Now, if we're actually going to start going down to lower prices here, I mean, don't go lower than what you did today at 1650. That's where the value area low is sitting at, roughly. Okay, you came down to the value area low, you got a little bounce off of it. All right, but if we come back down here, we knock on the door twice, the door might open, and then we might fall down below out of the trap door, and probably hit the 50-day moving average for some support at 1360 here. And I think that should be your ultimate support for now, or you know, near-term support if this isn't going to hold here. All right. But yeah, I think those are your downside targets, upside targets on Deci. Let's try to get ideas like what the trend might be by looking at the MACD here real quick. Selling pressure is still increasing, so maybe this thing does want to go down to lower prices. Okay, unless you start seeing like pink candles here, and you start seeing this blue line here, this blue moving average start curving back up again. You need to see something like this where selling pressure starts dying off here on the daily time frame, or else this thing's gonna get dragged down to lower prices here. Right now, it looks like it's on its way to lower prices, not higher prices. So keep that in mind with whatever you're trying to do here on Deci. And now we'll move on and take a look at Merle. Let's see, what was that request from Merle? Was that is Merle a wait, did we look at Merle? Oh, we haven't looked at Merle, but I think I might have missed River. I'm sorry, Dead Tokyo. Let me look at River first, and then we'll look at Merle. Yeah, because Merle came in after that. And D2 Miami wants to look at VeChain now. All right. Tariq is asking what kind of coins are these. So we just looked at Deci, and that's on the virtual network. I'm assuming that's like an AI agent cryptocurrency. And you could ask D2 Miami about that, because he's the one that asked about it. I don't know much about it. All I know is what I saw in the charts here. But we were looking at some AI cryptocurrencies. We actually did look at virtuals, and we looked at Fetch AI earlier in this live stream. And if you guys want to catch the replays of the live stream, you know, come find me on YouTube here, where, you know, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, right? And subscribe to the Meet Damien YouTube channel. But I do have my live streams here. You can watch the replays again, right? So if you forgot like what those price targets were on your particular cryptocurrency that you requested here, you can go ahead and watch the live stream again on the Meet Damien YouTube channel here. All right, let's get back to the requests. We gotta look at River because that came in, and then I'll try to look at Merle and then V-Chain. But clarification, Merle, what's the ticker symbol? Is it a crypto? Is it a stock? And is that how you spell it? MERL? Alright, I'm going to wait for your answer. In the meantime, I'm going to look at River on the daily time frame. Currently trading at $17.24, down 9.7%. This thing was having a beast of a run over the past week here. What did we start? We started the new year around like $4.90 here. And you got as high as like 27 bucks. Okay. So from like $5 to like almost 27 bucks here. That was a good run. And now we're probably gonna settle down and consolidate. At best, we're gonna try to consolidate. If at worst, we might just immediately come back down to this 21 EMA sitting at $8.49. Okay, that 21, that white line here, this white line, not the other ones. Let me get rid of the VOB, but this white line right here could act as support if we actually drop down like a rock here. Okay. Let's see. I kind of want to do a Fibonacci, see what the Fibonacci has to say about this thing. So let me go ahead and do that real quick here. We got up to like 27. All right. And then we're going to do the low, the swing low. We'll do the swing low at 279. Is that what I want? Let's see, 279, kind of sort of like that. Yeah, that's about as I think it's going to get. So we've already come down to the 618 golden pocket here already. And it looks like we also got a bounce off the 0.5 retracement level as well at $15.09 here earlier today. So I think we already hit the retracement levels that we were looking for River. You're just seeing if River is going to continue and climb back up maybe to the 786 retracement at $22 here. Let's see if it's going to do that with the momentum indicators here. Buying pressure is kind of dying down a little bit. It looks like it wants to die down, but then it keeps changing its mind that it might want to increase again. So I'm not sure how good and useful this is. I guess I will wait until the blue line starts curving down to know that this thing might be done going up for now. But yeah, it looks like buying pressure dies down only for it to increase again. And it looks like we're dying down today, but it could start increasing again one more time. Just frustrate the crap out of the bears, I'll tell you that. Let's see. River on market cipher B. Money flow is still in the green, so that's good to see. You did get a red sell dot here on Wednesday. So this is telling you that you should probably take some profits if you haven't done so already. And then another indicator that I haven't really used yet on this live stream, but I do want to look at the RSI here, the relative strength index. And the relative strength index, we did, get overbought here last Friday. Then over the weekend, we cooled down a little bit, only for us to get overbought again on Tuesday. and now we're kind of cooling down again. But I mean, this thing looks like it's making higher lows and higher highs, and man, we might see River start taking off again later on this week. I don't know, but yeah. So far, what I see with River is that I see a potential possibility of some bearish divergence where you got lower highs going on here on the RSI. However, you have been making higher highs on price. Obviously, that's how we got here in the first place. Was going to higher highs here. So you got bearish divergence. I think this thing is most likely going to consolidate, but it could bullishly consolidate. It could like go sideways, but still maybe hit 27 bucks one more time here. But you did get, you know, a red sell dot here, so maybe it's gonna go sideways more so than going up and sideways. So, you know, be careful with that. I think the move up in River has been made already, and I think you'll be lucky to see it get back to $22 if it can. And of course, you'll definitely be lucky if you can get back up to $27. And then we'll just have to see how it handles itself when it does get up to $27. But I think you're pushing your luck. If just, you know, $22, you should be happy with $22. That's your 786 retracement right there. Oh, we got Ava Medina is in the YouTube live chat. Good to see you, Ava Medina. And Antonio says, Merle is a crypto bro. Alright. Well, we're going to look at Merle next. Thank you for the clarification there. So I should be able to put Merle USD. And, yep, I see it right now, Merle and Chain. I think I've heard about this cryptocurrency. It's been around for a while, right? I never hear anybody request it, though. Where do I want to look at? I'll look at it on Kraken, sure. Why not? So yeah, how long has this thing been around for? Well, on Kraken Exchange, it's been around since June of last year. Maybe it's been around longer than that, but you know, on Kraken Exchange, it's showing up here in June. I can still work with that though. We do got some moving averages here that showed up. We got the 100-day moving average, this blue line, and this 50-day moving average, this green line. However, you are below all those moving averages, so that's not good. That means this thing is bearish as of now. Okay, for sure. Like you had a violent sell-off here after Christmas, right? Jesus, it was like, you know, Merry Christmas, screw you. Merry Christmas, get out of here. All right. And then, you know, and a bad New Year too, as you kept on dropping below the 100-day moving average here around New Year's time. So this thing is not doing so well recently. It has seen better days here before Christmas and all throughout the fourth quarter for the most part. But is it bottoming out? Could this be a potential higher low compared to what you did here in the middle of November, late November? Well, if we start climbing back up again, it'll end up being a higher low. But if we don't, you know, if we continue on down, you know, we're going to be testing the lows here in November. And then, all right, maybe we try to do a double bottom and try to climb our way out of here. Let's see if we got some support here with the VRVP indicator here. So the VRVP indicator is showing that Merlin is below its value area. You got the value area low, this white line, and the value area high, the other white line above. And this entire area between the white lines is the value area, and you're below it. So this thing is undervalued, according to the VRVP indicator. Okay. And if it was to continue being more undervalued, then there is a high volume note here about like 21.5, 22, almost 22 pennies maybe. But yeah, it looks like 21.5 pennies, and then also 18.5 pennies. This could be a good area to scoop up some cheaper Merlin if you're able to do so. Okay. But yeah, I think 21.5 pennies more likely to hit. And you can get it cheaper than what it is right now. Right now it's at 24.5 pennies. All right, but let's see. Is it done bleeding out, right? Are we gonna possibly bottom out here, maybe? That I'm gonna have to pull up the RSI to figure out if there's any bullish divergence here. And I don't see that right off the top of my eyes right now. Your RSI is currently at 32 on the daily time frame here. There's no higher lows being formed here, so that's not gonna help. Let's see if what we got going on here with the MACD. The MACD is showing a little bit of helpful. You know, the selling pressure is dying down here on the MACD, so that's what you need to see to try to bottom out, right? What I want to see next is I want to see this blue moving average start curving back up, and I want to see that blue moving average to not only curve back up, but to cross the orange line to the upside and get a MACD crossover to the upside. That you don't have yet, okay? So I don't know, Merlin. It's trying to get some buyers to show up here, but the thing is that, you know, yeah, selling pressure is dying down, right? And it could continue, like these light pink candles are going this way, but it could just all of a sudden start increasing again. And then, yeah, then that means you're gonna go down to lower prices if it's increasing again. All right, so I don't know at this one. I already gave you the levels to look for, right? Levels to look for was using that VRVP indicator here, and we already said like this thing could possibly, you know, retest the lows in November at like 20 cents to like 21.5 cents. So I'd be looking for that on Merlin here. All right, kind of give you the bearish stuff there for Merlin, but I didn't really give you upside targets. Obviously, I think upside targets should be obvious here, but if they're not to you, then you got the point of control above you at 33 cents. It's where Merlin could get up to before again maybe a rejection at that area. If it doesn't get rejected there, then maybe it could come up to that value area high, sitting at 39 cents. And that's where I would definitely try to take some profit, because that's almost like a double from where you are right now. And let's see, what is Antonio saying? So maybe you just hold on to your short. Yeah, but then, you know, hopefully you're moving your stop loss up on your short there. But yeah, you might be able to try to hold on to the short and try to bring it down to like 21.5 cents maybe. If that's how you're playing this thing right here, if you're shorting it. And you did say, yeah, you did shorted it. Yeah, so that's good. I'm happy to hear that, but don't be surprised if we start climbing back up to this value area low at 28 cents. So maybe you put the stop loss at like 28 or 29 cents. Let me get rid of the VRVP indicator, but you do got the 100 moving average here at 29 cents. So maybe you put the stop loss at like 29 or 30 cents. And you can continue seeing if this thing does go lower to make some more money there. And Tranquillo says it's called stop on break even. Well, I don't know what his break even is. I don't know what Antonio got in at for his short there. But hopefully he's moving his stop loss. So his stop loss is at break even, or maybe his stop loss might be in profit right now. But I would try to look for like 30 cents or 29 cents to be, you know, put the stop loss there. Unless you want to go a little bit tighter than that. Don't go tighter than that. Maybe you can put the stop loss at the high for Tuesday, where we got as high as like 26.8. So maybe stop loss at like 27 cents. If you want to keep it tighter than 29 cents. Just an idea. Don't sue me, bro, if you get stopped out. But like, you know, that would be the point of a stop loss, is to get, you know, stopped out if it goes against you. All right. Thank you for smashing that like button. We got up to almost 10,000 likes here. We're at 9.8 thousand likes here on TikTok. Let's go ahead and jump that up to 10,000. Appreciate that. That shouldn't be too hard to do. All you gotta do is double tap the screen. Appreciate it there, guys. All right. Your stop loss is at 27.5. All right, yeah, that's not bad. That puts you above like the candle wick highs here. from yesterday and also above the candlewick high on Sunday. Yeah, I think that's a good area to put a stop loss. You got my my thumbs up on that one. All right, we're gonna now move on from Merlin. We're gonna take a look at VeChain. VeChain doing things. Is VeChain doing things? Let's see what VeChain's doing. VeChain currently trading at 0.0118 pennies here, down 2.8%. Do I want to look at on Binance? I don't think I want to look at on Binance. Let's see. I'm just looking at another exchange here. VeChain on Coinbase, yeah. All right, VeChain, same deal, down 5.68% and trading at 0.012 pennies. We'll call that 1,200 for now. VeChain, to the downside, if we do start going down to lower prices here, you got that 21 EMA could act as support at 0.011 pennies, 1,100 is what I'll call it. And let's not go lower than that. Let's actually try to, use this as support rather than just, a fake out to the upside and just rejecting and going right down to below the 21 EMA. I do not want to see that for VeChain, right? Because we kind of had that already here in November, where we got above it for a little bit, only for us to go below it again. So I do not want to see that with VeChain here. I want to see VeChain actually stay above the 21 EMA for change of pace here, and then maybe we can make a higher low and go up to higher prices here, where we get maybe rejected at that 50 moving average, that green line sitting at 1498. That's that green number here. Those are my moving average numbers there, right there. Okay, but yeah, VeChain could get rejected at 1498. Now let me go ahead and pull up the VRVP indicator here, see what it has to say for levels. And the point of control is sitting at 1700. That's higher than the 50 moving average. So I would say, start taking profit between 1500 and 1700. You got that'll put you, above the 50 moving average, and then also right here at that point of control, where you had some people that bought VeChain back here in October thinking that they were buying the dip, only for the thing to continue dipping down on them, and the dip kept on dipping on them. So these people are probably frustrated as hell, and they probably want to get out at break even. So when VeChain actually does get back up to like 1700, they're gonna probably click the sell button on you, and that's why I got it marked on the chart here with this red line here. So when I turn the VRVP indicator off, you can see that 1700 is an area where we probably want to click sell, because these other people here probably want to click sell, so they can just break even and do something else with their money. Or maybe they can wait for VeChain to go lower and then buy back in again at lower prices rather than being in at 1700. Hopefully you're able to see that. Yeah, 1700. So 1700 is your upside target for VeChain for sure. That's like your swing trade target. And if you're day trading it, maybe you can try to sell at 1500 for a long. But if you're interested in shorting VeChain, I would probably take this thing down to the 21 EMA, because it might get support at the 21 EMA. All right, and then I would take profit at there. You could probably take partial profit. If it continues going further, then you know that this is another fake out, just like you saw back here in November. So if this ends up being another fake out, then yeah, you could short VeChain right now. Put the stop loss right above the high from yesterday, and then try to take the try to take the short all the way down to that 21 EMA, take partial profit, and maybe you can hold on to your short and then see if this thing goes further. Okay, if you're interested in shorting VeChain. Of course, if you're doing that, right, you got your stop loss above the high from yesterday. As this thing starts to play out, you bring your stop loss to break even, take profit, take a little bit of profit at that 21 EMA, and then have that stop loss at break even. So you're in a free trade that already paid you money. And if you get stopped out, you get stopped out, but you already made some money by taking profit at that 21 EMA on the short. That's how I would game plan VeChain there. All right, guys, appreciate you guys smashing that like button there. Definitely appreciate that there. I see we got like 10 new followers on this TikTok live stream. Thank you guys for following me here. Over 700 views. I'm looking at the stats right now. I don't know what the stats are like here on YouTube, but I do see we got some people here on YouTube. It's split between, we almost got the same amount of people on YouTube as we got TikTok right now. I'm glad you guys all showed up to the Meet Damien live stream here. I think I might end the live stream now because I usually go from like 4 to 6 p.m. and we almost had like a 2-hour live stream. I'll give you guys my finishing thoughts here on Bitcoin, and then then I'll be on my way out. All right. Okay, so Bitcoin currently trading at $91,000. We've already had the targets marked off here on the chart here, with these red lines have been acting as support and resistance. But as I start to zoom in here, Bitcoin, I didn't really give downside targets, but if Bitcoin loses 90,500, which is a very important level because it's a Fibonacci level here, and it's also a level that was on the VRVP indicator as well. If we lose 90,500, then, you know, if we're Fibonacci guys here, and I see some confluence here at 88,890 and 88,300. We could see 89K. Yeah, I think Bitcoin could drop to 89K, maybe 88,300 if it's going to do the full Fibonacci retracement here. Okay. But yeah, you got the 21 EMA currently supporting Bitcoin at 88,890 in that area. That's where I think Bitcoin could go next before it could get some support if 90,000 doesn't hold here on Bitcoin. If 90,000 does hold for Bitcoin, then upside targets, we'll see how we handle ourselves just climbing back up to 91,400, which is also kind of close to this 618 golden pocket here on the Fibonacci. And then we'll see how Bitcoin handles itself getting up to like 93K. That's your 786 retracement. And it's also a psychological number. But I am targeting on my long. I'm trying to see if the long that I took out here on Bitcoin can pay me and get me up to like 94K. I'm not sure if we're actually going to get up to 94,500 or even 94,800 like we saw on Monday and Tuesday. Okay, that's why I'm trying to take profit on my long at 94K because I think it might get front run, right? And I want to do the front running if I can. But yeah, right now currently on WEEX exchange, I am in a long on Bitcoin. Oh, I got logged back in again. Yeah. But yeah, I am in a long. I got in at 90,700, and I got another long ready to go in case we go to that 90,600 here. And my stop loss is at 90K. And if we lose 90K, I do not want to stick around to find out how bad it can get because I am using 40x leverage on those longs, and that's where I want to get out. You know, if Bitcoin's going to continue going lower, and maybe I flip bearish and I short Bitcoin from 90,000 all the way down to 89,000 or 88,300. If we're gonna do something like that. But yeah, guys, that's it for the live stream. Hopefully, I was able to answer your questions and give you some good TA here. I see that Crypto Change Me just came in and he put some sad faces here for 89K. Yeah, I just. That's where we're going to go next, right? If we can't hold 90,000, right? But I think Bitcoin's trying to hold 90,000. Let me just go into the 1 hour time frame to see if things are getting a little bit better on that. That's usually like where I start looking on my day trading here. And I'm looking for the MACD, see if selling pressure is dying down, is what I'm looking for here. Okay, selling pressure is dying down here in the 1 hour time frame for Bitcoin. And I want to see the next thing. I want to see the blue moving average cross the orange line to the upside and get a MACD crossover to the upside. That's going to give me more confidence that Bitcoin is ready to go up rather than down. But you know, be careful with the fake outs and the rejections. Like we got a fake out here last night where we got a little bit of a green, only for us to get more red again. And then we had like a rejection here Wednesday morning. Earlier this morning, and then we saw selling pressure start increasing again. So, you know, these indicators, they're great, and it's good to understand how they usually work. But don't be surprised if it throws you in for a loop and you get faked out and you see more selling pressure here. So I'm on the watch to see if selling pressure is going to start increasing again on the 1 hour time frame, because if it does, I'll probably get out of my Bitcoin long even before it hits 90K. I might just decide, hey, you know what, I know how this is going to go. I don't want to stick around and find out. And let's just look at 15-minute time frame. MACD showing some green here. You got a MACD crossover to the upside. That's kind of good. And then, oh, on the 15, you got a green buy dot here, and you got some money flow in the green here. So maybe Bitcoin does want to go up. I say maybe because I'm not fully convinced yet. I did get it in a nice entry on my long. Okay. But we got to start seeing more buying pressure, and we got to start seeing, higher highs again. At least on the 15-minute time frame, we got to start seeing higher highs. We got to get above this 21 EMA and use it as support instead of resistance. And then we also got to get above the 50 moving average here on the 15-minute time frame, and not get rejected by these moving averages here. But yeah, I think the way it's looking like Bitcoin. It's looking like Bitcoin just goes sideways for now. Maybe retest 90,600, 500 one more time, and then that might be what traders need to see, is like a double bottom, and then we can start climbing up here later on tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna stick to that 1 hour time frame as well on the MACD. I want to see is selling pressure going to continue dying off, and are we going to get a green candle here? That is what I'm paying attention to. And then I also want to see, are we going to get that MACD crossover on the 1 hour time frame? You do that, and I think we'll be good for higher prices tomorrow for Bitcoin. But for tomorrow, guys, I will see you same time, 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern times, when I normally go live nowadays. And we'll just try to stick to the charts and try to figure out, what might come next here for Bitcoin and crypto. In the meantime, don't forget to smash that like, smash that follow button if you're on TikTok, smash that subscribe button if you're new here on YouTube, and yeah, go ahead and share it if you have any friends or family that are interested in crypto and interested in stock market. We didn't really talk much about the stock market, but I just know, tomorrow we have unemployment claims, which could affect the stock market and crypto. And then Friday's a pretty important day. Friday we have the jobs report, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, and that's going to be a big deal for stock market and crypto. So we got some catalysts coming up. That's why I think you guys need to come on these live streams to help figure out what might happen next year. But I think we're all right with Bitcoin as long as we stay above 90K here. If not, then of course we'll probably see 88, 89 sooner rather than later if we're not able to hold 90K. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today. I will see you tomorrow, same time. Take care, guys.